and welcome to Games Radar. I'm Zoe, and with me is Sam.
Hello.
Who's been reviewing Jurassic World Evolution for us.
I haven't played far too much.
That's a good stat to have right at the beginning of the video. So we're going to get in and tell you what we think about it in our review. First off, Sam, I've got to ask you, what the hell is it like managing dinosaurs?
It's actually very stressful, as you can imagine, because they get hungry at the drop of a hat. Even the herbivores can be very, very pesky because you've got lots of stats to monitor. Their enclosure has to be right, it has to have enough trees, enough open space, it's got to have water, it's got to have food. But also, it turns out dinosaurs can get lonely. So, it's just, so adorable. So, my Diplodocus could start getting really angry because he didn't have any friends. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry, mate. I can't afford to get you any friends. Then he started smashing up the park and, chasing down my guests. So, it's very stressful.
That's
very stressful.
Not good. So, you have to build a whole park around your dinosaurs?
Yeah, so, you start off and, you've got the Hammond Centre where you have to, to start off with, you have to go and research fossils and bring them back and then extract the genome for all your dinos. So you start off very simply, just have the Struthiomimus, learning about all my dinosaur species.
Words.
So you just start off with them. They're very easy, they like to be in a pack and they're very cheap. And then from there you build up to bigger things and eventually you get to T-Rexes and all sorts of things. But yeah, you're building, it's basically a dinosaur theme park, so your dinosaurs are your attractions, so you've got to build things that will then entice the guests in, so viewing platforms and shops and other things like that. But what's quite nice is that it kind of strips away all the boring bits of a management sim, so there's no toilets, there's no janitors, any of that's a lot, it's just about the dinos and keeping your guests happy and giving them access without them getting eaten.
Mm-hmm. So how do you keep your dinosaurs happy?
Basically just by creating the perfect enclosure, which is a very, very fine balancing act between introducing new dinosaurs that won't eat them but also won't stress them out too much, making sure that they've got enough grass, enough trees, enough food, because and also keeping them healthy. They can get sick, so you have to go in a little jeep. You can either do that manually, actually get in the jeep and drive it along and start shooting darts at them to make them healthy, or you can just get them to do it sort of automatically. But it's a very hands-on experience.
Mm-hmm. In your review you mentioned the power system as well, which you need
God.
to here we go. But you can't guess whether she mentioned this in a good or bad light in her review. Tell me your issues with the power system.
I get it, right? So power is a crucial thing from Jurassic Park, the movie, because
so it's electrical power.
Yeah, it's just electrical power, and you need it to power your buildings. But Frontier has created an amazing game. They haven't created amazing tutorials.
Oh, no.
And so to begin with, I was just I don't understand what I'm doing, because you in my head you put down a power station and connect it with pylons and anything nearby will be powered. But no, you have to then build substations, which then that's the thing that actually gives your buildings the power, and then you've just got this sort of wire maze of pylons and stuff. And it's a beautiful game, you're zooming around in your helicopter, but there's just all these pylons everywhere. You play games like SimCity and it's all done underground and stuff, and as long as they're sort of connected or in a radius of the power stations, it's all fine. But this is so fiddly that you just becomes really obtuse, and that's a problem with a lot of things in this game. The landscaping can be really annoying. I tried to put water in one area of my park and it was just either I had terrain problems or there was obstructions, but I couldn't work out how to level up the rest of the terrain to make the water sit, and it was driving me insane for 20 minutes, to the point where I had to redesign my whole entire park to avoid this one area.
Sounds like they had some serious faults with their tutorials.
Oh god, it's there's a help menu, but it's not very helpful.
No, ironically. So you think if there were more tutorials it would have been a better game then?
Yeah, it's a great game. When it works, it really works. The dinosaurs are amazing. They've all got their little personalities, and you end up loving them, and you can name them.
Cute.
So Tiny the T-Rex exists in my game, and Bob the Struthiomimus. I know they're all girls, but I ran out of girl names. And it's great, but there are times where you're just I don't understand how to complete a mission. I don't understand how to collect a dead dinosaur. They kind of tell you in whip fast fashion, but if you miss this one tiny little prompt, which sometimes just exists in the title menu or a loading screen, you just miss out, and you're just I feel stupid because I don't understand how to do it, but they haven't really given you the tools to understand in the first place half the time.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous if they'd put all that information in a loading screen, which, let's admit it, most of us tend to ignore.
Yeah, exactly. That's the time where I'm making a cup of tea or checking my phone, and to have important information in there is kind of annoying.
Definitely. You mentioned that all of the names were girl names, and of course we all know the quote, "Life finds a way." So what's the story like in the game? Like, is it post Jurassic Park, or is it after Jurassic Park? Like, when does it take place?
It's supposedly after Jurassic World. That's the most
movie, right? Yeah.
But before Fallen Kingdom, apparently there is some Fallen Kingdom stuff coming at a later date. So like there are islands and there are lovely from the movie, and there are references, and it's all really well done. This is like proper fan service. Like, if you know your Jurassic Park, you're going to be laughing away and like nodding and applauding every now and then. The actual story is kind of like, it's set up to give you missions to sort of keep you propelling forward. It never felt like a real story. From the previews we had, it kind of suggested that you would learn more about who you are as a character, but I never really got that. Like, I understood that I had to like fulfill the needs to build my relationship with the science, the security and the entertainment divisions, but I didn't really know why. But I quite like that because it didn't really get in the way of me creating my park and building my dinos and like watching them interact. It was more like a more zen-like experience with occasional nods to be like, oh, you can also do this. Oh, why don't you do this now? You're like, it gives you a bit of focus in this sort of massive expansive game.
So it's quite open-ended then.
Yeah, and there's great because like once you've done the first couple of islands, it unlocks a free play mode, so you can just go in there and just do whatever you want and build your like perfect park without the sort of constraints of the other islands. So like as you progress, they get more difficult. So one's like a teeny tiny island where there's tropical storms and hurricanes and stuff that you have to look out for.
Amazing.
And, like, it's really cleverly done, and it keeps like pushing you to be more creative with your park design and how to fit like a T-Rex enclosure in the tiniest space possible without it getting stressed out and eating everyone.
Oh, not ideal. Speaking of eating everyone, what happens when it all goes wrong and dinosaurs escape?
So you have to get your helicopter and tranquilise them, and then airlift them back to their enclosure. But if your enclosure's still wrong, then it'll be seconds before they're back out again. And it's like a constant like tweaking management. But like it's that sort of like mild panic that's really exciting, because just like, I know exactly why they're freaking out, and it's because I've done this, and now I have to deal with the circumstances. And one of the missions I got given was like, have fewer than 5 fatalities. I failed it like 6 times.
Did they actually eat guests then?
Yes, they like.
Oh my god!
My Velociraptor ate someone's face and then just ran off.
Ate her face off.
Yeah,
that is
just
hilarious.
left the corpse behind and then ran off like it was some sort of weird game. So it was great. It's a fantastic game.
So on that note, how many stars are you giving it out of 5?
We're giving it 4 stars.
Nice, excellent. So that was what we thought of Jurassic World Evolution. Let us know whether you're excited about the game in the comments below. Click the box and left more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle for more news, reviews, previews and features right here on Games Radar Plus.